Welcome to this week's Hebrew class, but it is a different one in the sense that it's a revision, part A of Yehuchanan, John 14, and we will go over verses 1 to 16. And hopefully we will discover what we remember from the different classes. So let us just quickly begin first, and of course we have the Nakud valve markings with the useful resources and how to appropriate the valve marks. So beginning with verse 1. And so we will read it and interpret it at the same time. So al means not, ye bahel is translated as let be alarmed. With the yod, it means to be alarmed, right? So not let be alarmed. Levav kem, your heart. Ha aminu, you believe. The Elohim, in Elohim. V'gam, and also be in me. Ha aminu, you believe. And now let us just look at the translation again. Not let be alarmed your heart. You believe in Elohim, and also in me you believe. And then we turn to verse 2, which is a veyet there. And it is babeyet, avi, ma'onot, rabim, v'im lo ken ha-yiti omer. And of course we got bebeyet, which is in the house, avi of my father, me'onot, which we could say are dwelling places, rabim many, ve'imlo, and if not, ken so, ha-yiti, I would have been, because we can see hayas in there, to be, right? I would have been, omer, sang, because it's like a participle. Right, and the translation is, in the house of my father are dwelling places, many, and if not so, I would have been saying. And the last line, lakem, to you, hini, behold, I am, holek, going, lehaken, to make ready, lakem, for you, mekom, a place. And the translation, to you, behold, I am going to make ready for you a place. Right, now we can move to the next part. And as you can see, we begin with the Gimel, which is verse 3. And it is the haya. And it will be, right? Because haya means was or be, and it will be. Ki, it could be that, or it can be because. Halakti, I go, because halak means to go, right? Halakti. Vahakinoti, and I prepare. Lakim, for you. Makom, a place. Shov, which literally means returning. And then we have ashuv, I shall return. And that's a typical Hebrew expression which means surely I shall return. So we will then translate it. And it will be, because I go and I prepare for you a place, returning, or surely I shall return. Now the second line. The lakachti, and I take et kem, which is a grammar marker, you, kem is you, elai, to me, le ma'an, so that you shall be, gam also, atem, you, but plural you, ba'asher, in that or in where, ani, I am, sham, there. And we translate it. And I take grammar marker you to me, so that you shall be also you in where I am there. And then we have a dalet, which means we're in verse 4. And it is vidatem, and you know. Ana, where. And ani, I am. Holek, meaning going, it's like a participle. Ve'et, which is grammar marker and grammar marker. Haderek, which means the way. Yadatem, you know. So, the translation. And you know where I am going. And grammar marker, the way you know. And then we start with a new page again, which is Vayomer, which would be and he said, because there's no pronoun, so it's usually he. And he said, Elev, to him, Toma, which is Thomas, of course, Adoni, my master, lo not yadanu, we do know. Ana, where? Ata, you, holek, going, you are going. Right, the translation. And he said to him, Toma, my master, not we do know where you are going. And then we have a kaka, and like how, and then we have neda, we know, et haderek, meaning the way. So, and like how. And like how we know, grammar marker, the way. And then we have a vav at the bottom, which is a value of 6. So we know we're in verse 6. Vayomer, and he said, Elev, to him, Yahushua, that's who's saying it. Anoki, I am haderek, the way. The ha-emet, and the truth, the ha-chayim, and the life. So we can see chai in there, and the life, and the translation. And he said to him, Yahushua, I am the way, and the truth, and the life. And then we move to the next one, which is 6b, second part of that one. Lo Yavo, Ish, El, Ha'av, Bilti, Al, Yadi, which is not shall come. That's lo is not, Yavo shall come, Ish, a man, El, to, Ha'av, the father, Bilti, which can be except or only, Al could be by, Yadi, meaning my hand. Right, and then we move to the next one. Now, this is the translation first. Not shall come a man to the Father only by my hand. Right, and moving on. And we can see we've got a Zion, which is a value of 7. So we're in verse 7 now. And it is lu, which can mean if only, yadatem, you did know, ot, me, gum also, et, grammar marker, avi, my father, yadatem, you would know, u, me'ata. And from now, because the mem is from and ata is now, Yadatem, you do know. Translation, if only you did know. Me, also, grammar marker, my father, you would know. And from now, you do know. And now the next line, which is Oto. The Oto meaning him, Vagam, and also Re'item, you have seen, Oto, him. Translation, him, and also you have seen him. And then we have a chet, which has a value of 8. And we read, Vayomer, and he said, Elev, to him, Philippos, which is Philip, of course, Adoni, my master, Hare nu, show us, na, please, et grammar marker, ha of the Father, the die, and it is enough, lanu, for us. Translation, and he said to him, Philippos, my master, show us please, grammar marker the Father, and it is enough for us. And then we move on, and now we see we got a tet, which has a value of 9. And we read, Vayomer, and he said, Elev, unto him, or to him, Yahushua, that's the one speaking, Ze, this, Kama, literally it's like what, but they generally translate it as how many. Yamim, days. Anoki, I am. Itkem, meaning with you, translation. And he said to him, Yahushua, this, how many days I am with you? And then we have part B of that, which is the ata, and you, Philippos, this time it's Philippos, ha terem, which means, because it's a question, so it's not yet, or it's a question, do you not yet? So not yet, te da'eni, you do know me. Because it's got a tav at the beginning, which is like second person, you do or shall know, and the ni is me. Ha-ro-e, the one seeing, because we see it's got ro-e in there, seeing, oti me, ra-a sees, et grammar marker ha of the Father. And the translation, and you, Philippos, not yet do you know me? The one seeing me sees, grammar marker, the Father. And then part C there, the lama, which is, and ze, it means lama is like why, and ze is this. Tomar, which is you are saying, har a nu, show us, et grammar marker ha of the Father. And the translation, and why this you are saying, show us, grammar marker the Father. And now we're in Yod, which is a value of 10. And we can see that it's part A, B, and C. So we read ha ein ka, which is do you not. Now why is it like that? We got ka at the end, which is you. Ein means not, and the hey is a questioning hey. Do you not? And then we have ma'amin, believe, ki, that, anoki, I am, the avi, in my Father. The avi, and my Father, be in me. Ha devarim, the words. So let's translate it now. Do you not believe that I am in my Father, and my Father in me? The words. And then we have a share that. Adaber, which is I speak. The aleph is I. Aleikem, unto you. Lo, not me, nafshi, from myself, or from my soul, or life, right? Because we see we got nefesh there. Anoki, I am Dober, speaking. Ki, for. Avi, my father. Now let's translate that. That I speak unto you, not from myself, I am speaking for my Father. And then we have Ha Shokem, meaning the one dwelling. Bekir Bi, in my insides, because we have Karav in the middle. Kerev, which means within. In my insides. Who? He is Osei, which is a participle, doing. Et grammar marker ha ma'asim, meaning the works or the deeds or the actions. And translation, the one dwelling in my insides, he is doing, grammar marker, the works. And now we're in Yod Aleph, which is 11. Ha-aminu, you believe, li, to me, ki, for, anoki, I am, the avi, in my father, the avi, and my father, be in me. You believe to me, for I am in my father, and my father in me. And then we have part B of that. The im lo, and if lo is not. Ha-aminu, meaning you believe, li to me, big lao, on account of. Ha-ma'asim, the works. So if not, you believe to me on account of the works. So that's your translation. And if not, you believe to me on account of the works. And then we have 12, which is a yod and a vayet, 12. And then we see, Amen, truly. Amen, truly. Ani, I am. Omer, saying, Lakem, to you. Ha-ma'amin, the believer, the one believing, in other words, be in me. Ya'a, say, he shall do. Gam, also, who, he. Right, translation. Truly, truly, I am saying to you, the believer, meaning the one who believes, in me, he shall do, also he. And then the second line, et grammar marker, ha-ma'asim, the deeds, the works, the actions, ashir that, anoki, I am, osei, doing. Ugdolot, we can see gadol in there, meaning great, right? And greater. Me'ele, from these. Ya'a, say, he shall do. Remember, no pronoun, it's he. He shall do. Right, the translation. Grammar marker, the works that I am doing and greater, from these he shall do. And then the bottom line. Ki, for. El, to. Avi, my father. Anoki, I am. Holek, going, because it's a participle. Translation, for to my father I am going. All right, and then we move on again. And as you can see, it's a Yod and a Gimel, so that's a Yod 10, Gimel 3. We're in 13. Vakol, and all ashir, that, tish'alu, you shall ask, bish, me, in my name, say, nu, I will do it. Why is it it? Because the nun has a the gesh in it, so it can mean he or it. Ma'an, so that Yakubad may be esteemed, because kavod is the root word there for to be esteemed, to be glorified. Ha'av, the Father. And our translation, and all that you shall ask in my name, I do it, so that may be esteemed the Father. And then the last part is biv no, meaning in his Son. In his Son. And we see that there. Now we turn to Yod Dalet, which is 10, and 4, which is 14, which is ki, for, kol, which can mean all or any, davar, thing. So anything is often how it's translated, but it can mean all things, for all things. Asher, that tish'alu, you shall ask, because the root word is sha'al, bish, me, in my name, ani, I, say, nu, I will do it. Translation, for anything or all things that you shall ask in my name, I do it, or I will do it. Right. And now we're into Tet, which is 9, and Vav, which is 6, meaning we're in 15. Im, which is if, ahav, tem, which is you love, if you love, oti, me, et, grammar marker, mitzvotai, my commandments. So why is it vo? These are the weird cases where we still say the vet followed by the vowel mark. In other cases we don't say the vet, we just say the vowel mark. So this is one of these cases, mitzvotai, which is my commandments, because the tie at the end is my. Tishmoru, you shall guard, because shamor is to guard. And translation, if you love me, grammar marker, my commandments, you shall guard. Then we have a Tet, 9, a Zion, which is 7. So 9 and 7 is 16. Va'ani, and I, eshala, I shall ask, me'avi, from my Father, the who, and he, yiten, will give, lakem, to you, melitz. Melitz is an advocate. Acher, which means another. Translation, and I shall ask from my Father, and he will give to you an advocate, another, meaning a defense lawyer. Defense attorney, in other words, an advocate, same name. And then the bottom line, Ashir, which can be who, Yishkon, which is shall be dwelling, because it's also like a participle, Itkem, meaning with you, La Netzak, forever. So La Netzak, meaning forever. And the translation, who shall be dwelling with you forever. And that brings us to the end of 16. And of course, now we just have our vowel markings to refresh ourselves quickly with them. Usually, as I just said about the Vav, it can be vo, but it can be just o as well. There's a lot of cases where it's just o, and that's called a cholam. Cholam. Then we have shava, which is the syllable breakup of your word. It can be silent or vocal. And then we have segol, so it's an E sound. Zere, which is a longer E sound. Patach, short A sound. Kamat, long A sound. Then we have a shuruk, which is a U sound. And the kubutz also got the U sound. Kataf, segol, this is with the shavar together with the segol. And of course, it's the short E sound. And then we got chirik, so it's a I sound. And then we have kataf, patak, which is again the shavar with the A, short A sound. And then we have a kataf, kamatz, so it's a longer A sound with a shavar. And we finally come to the chart, which is what helps us with all the numbering. So we have an Aleph 1, Bet 2, Gimel 3, Dalet 4, Hey 5, Vav 6, Zayin 7, Chet 8, Tet 9, Yod 10, Kaf 20, Lamed 30, Mem 40, Nun 50, Samek 60, Ayin 70, Fei 80, Zadeh 90, Kuf 100, Resh 200, Shin 300, and Tav 400. And we need to remember those. And again, I've given you the useful resources, which are www.bayithamashiach.com, very useful tool, and www.doitinhebrew.com dictionary. Also extremely helpful, especially in the New Testament, right? If we want to look up words and all that, we need that source. So we want to thank you that you were able to join us, and we do pray that these are really a blessing as you go through them. If you are keen to learn the Hebrew, that's what we are. We're just all students of Hebrew, and we just want to learn it so that we can look even at the originals in the Tanakh, which are only like in Hebrew, but we can then look at it and actually see the translation. So I want to thank you for joining us, and I do hope these bless you. In Yeshua's great and glorious name. Goodbye.